Good morning, friends. I hope the weekend is treating you well. After many days, I am coming up with a strategy which tends to combine a couple of things. It combines uh, the view that if the market gaps up or gaps down, there is a significant movement at least on one side. So gaps lead to a trending day most of the time. Now trending day, let me clarify, is not opening at the low and closing at the high. A trending day could be partly trending also. It could be trending for 3 hours, but it will be a tradable day. So let's start with some prerequisites. Let me take the example of Nifty and then we can extend it to Bank Nifty also. So on a Nifty basis, you should open at least 100 points higher or lower. Okay. Now at the open does not mean the first tick should be 100. At the open means that within the first 10 minutes you should reach either plus or minus 100. Okay. Now let the market trade. And in terms of pivots, obviously if you open 100 points higher, you will be either beyond R1 or S1 in terms of the floor pivots. Then you wait for half an hour. Keep waiting. Two things will happen. On a lot of days, the market will break out beyond the half an hour high and keep going. Similarly, on a lot of days, the market will break down and will keep on going on the downside. Now, what is relevant here? What makes this strategy better is that you were in a downtrend and with a gap up, the trend has changed. Or you were in an uptrend and with a gap down, the trend has changed. That just improves the odds. Okay. This is the first scenario. The second scenario is that you gap down below S1 or gap up beyond R1, wait for half an hour, and like it happened on Friday, the market slowly gives up ground and drops almost to the previous day's close. Now, what makes this better is that there should be some sort of news or some sort of reason for the gap up or gap down. Also, the market should be in a ranging context. So, if these two conditions are there, that the market is in a ranging context and the gap up or gap down has happened because of some news and the gap starts to fail. Now these two types of days are the best. Why? Because people are trapped on the other side, and as the market shows you follow through, you are chasing it in the direction in which it is moving. Where is your stop? In the first scenario, it is the half an hour low. In the second scenario, it is again the half an hour high or the half an hour low, provided we start to fail within the first half an hour. If we start to fail in the first hour, then the hourly low or high becomes your stop. Okay. What happens on days when there is no gap up and we are opening in the range of the previous day? Such days you ignore. Why? Because the size of move is nowhere near the risk, and you get a good clean trading strategy. Why? Because if there is a gap up, the SGX shows you there is a gap up or a gap down. So all you have to do is then apply your 30-minute breakout strategy. A lot of people use this opening range breakout without these qualifications, and since the market is within yesterday's range, the failure rate of those opening range breakouts is much higher. This way, you don't trade every day, and when you do trade, your risk reward is 1:4, 1:5. So this is a very interesting, very effective strategy. Now on the Bank Nifty. Here you look for a gap up or a gap down of 250 plus or minus points. And then either you look for a failure, which means that the price starts to fall back towards yesterday's or previous session's close, or if a fresh trending move is starting, I think one of the better strategies is that look for a previous day which could be ideally down, but that is not a required condition. What is useful is if you are changing your trend from down to up or up to down, you will just get better action. But overall, in my view, it can be applied on ranging markets or markets which are coming down where you are looking for a gap up, or in markets which are going up and there you are looking for a gap down. So basically, two strategies. A, in a trending market, you are opening within 15 minutes 100-point gap up on the Nifty and crossing previous day's range. That is important. That 100-point gap up should lead to the crossing of previous day's range, and then you are trying to trade a 30-minute breakout. Similarly, on the downside, gap down, opening below previous day's range, and then looking for follow through on the downside. B, there is some news flow because of which you have gapped up 100 points plus or minus, and then you are waiting for the trend to fail. So in both conditions, if the previous day is favorable, which means the previous day should be down if you are trying to trade a 30-minute breakout, or a previous day should be up if you are trying to trade a breakdown. This just increases odds. So increasing odds could mean that if you do 1500 on the average day, if previous day was down, you can bump up your volume to 2250 or 3000. But that is extra flavor to add. But overall, just trade the direction of the breakout, and the idea is that the equilibrium of the market is either moving away or the price is crashing towards previous day's close, and hence you are getting the larger moves. If the price is within yesterday's range, then you ignore that day, and that will keep you out of trouble 90% of the days. Sometimes what will happen is that the market opens within previous day's range and 2 hours later it starts to break the previous day high or previous day low. Now that is a low odds trade. Unless there are some special circumstances, etc., I would avoid all days where the open stays within previous day's range and the market continues to trade within the previous day's range. Often on those days, breakouts will not happen or will fail. That should be it. Take care, trade well, and please consult your financial advisor. Try to listen to this video more than once, and my sense is you will be able to understand what I am saying. I am combining gaps and the 30-minute breakout breakdown along with the pivot strategy. So sometimes combining things makes life better. Try out and try with low volumes first, and as you get more confidence, you should increase your volume. Keep money management stops in place, because like in every strategy, all trades don't work. But when they work, in this case, they work beautifully.